That's good, Joe. I wouldn't watch a 5 minute ad either. I don't know why they do that, Joe. Why they put 30-minute ads, hour ads, 5 minute ads? Because they got to know nobody in their right mind is going to watch a freaking 5 minute ad. So it's going good, man. Just kind of hanging in there, doing my thing, whatever my thing is. How are you? We finally had to turn the heater on down here last night for the first time. So a little chilly today down here. I know it's colder for you up there, but yeah. So, but overall, I guess it's going pretty good. Yeah. So nothing too exciting happening. Just kind of hanging out, doing videos, looking at little projects around the house, and maybe looking at doing some holiday traveling. Thinking about doing some of that. Hey, Gary, how are you? Good to see you, Gary. I dropped the link there if either one of you two gentlemen would like to join us this evening. Gary, how's the artwork going? How's the poetry and stuff? Dog just went crazy a second, so I had to mute me. So, yeah, I get that. How are you, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How's it up there in your neck of the woods?
Uh, the heat's supposed to be on, but I can't tell.
You can't tell because it's cold or because it's not needed.
Well, it's needed, but I really can't tell because I've got heat coming from the hallway,
Hmm.
but and heat coming from the apartment below me. I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, but are you? But the question is, are you cold or are you hot?
Kind of lukewarm right now.
So Gary's ran about of artwork. I don't know if you've ever visited Gary's channel, but he has kind of a unique taste on the channel and does poetry and artwork, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Oh yeah, Gary's dog sitting. Yeah, your Gary is babies. I mean, if I remember right, Gary, you're babysitting Pomeranians, right? Which are little yappy dogs, not really good dogs like my dogs. So I can understand that, Gary. Yeah. So you got anything planned
Well,
this week, Joe?
um, if I had a little more funds, I'd go up and go onto the square.
Yeah. What's going on up there?
Um, do a tour.
Ah, a walk around.
Go through the museum up there.
Oh, the museum. Yeah. Yeah. You still need to go by the and do. Are you talking about like the Route 66 museum?
Um, it's called Museum on the Square.
Okay. Okay.
The actual Route 66 Museum, the Car Museum, is a little further west than what I am, by almost a mile.
I wasn't quite for sure exactly where it was in your neck of the woods. I knew it was somewhere, around there. So yeah, we're gonna think about going up to Silver Dollar City, I think, one day this winter and do the Christmas thing. And Lorelai's never been to it, so
The last time I was down in Silver Dollar City was over 40 years ago.
yeah. Well, Gary, I think doing city videos is cool. Personally, I like seeing, and I know Joe does too. Like seeing city videos. If I was a really good photographer, one of my dreams is really to always go out and like shoot the architectural buildings at dusk when the lights are coming on and do some cool lighting things. But I just don't think I'm that good of a photographer. So seeing cities are cool to me.
Yeah. I'm not sure what city you're in there, Gary, but I don't really need to know anyway. But some of the city architecture, I agree. It's very much. You can do a video just on still photos of them.
Yeah, yeah. And believe it or not, I'm actually fascinated by churches. So, oh, you're in Washington. Well, there you go.
There you
It's
go.
probably,
There's a lot of
yeah,
history in that city.
yeah. And maybe you can take a different approach to it since you have an artistic eye, Gary. That the normal, the thing that's been done 5 million times since it is DC hasn't been done. So you might like that. It might be really cool to put your artistic approach to it. Mr. Yank says hello to Gary. Mr. Yank, I dropped the link up there for you. I'll do the National Drew. Yeah, we really dig zoos, Gary. We don't have any really good ones around us. We have like Tulsa, Springfield, Little Rock. But to get to a good one, we kind of got to go a good 5 hours down to Dallas or St. Louis or Kansas City. And they're still not, super good. Welcome into the house, Mr. Yank.
Hello.
Hey, Yank.
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Good. How are you feeling today?
I'm gonna go have one of those monitored things on me for 48 hours.
I've been there, done that. The heart monitor holster.
Yeah.
Yeah, been there, done that.
What can they tell from that?
What they're basically looking for is if you have irregular heartbeats or if your heart stops at any point in time. That's what they're looking for.
Well, I'm pretty sure that freaking arteries, something's clogged there.
Oh, Gary is saying that Mr. Yank had a big boost in his subscribers account. Why is that? What did you do?
I didn't have a big boost.
What did you do? Well,
Gary, I'll tell you what you told me. It's hard work.
hard work. Well, Gary is working hard at his. Joe works hard at his.
What the hell was I trying to think of, man?
So,
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
but yeah.
Joe's down there in Georgia?
No, this Joe's in Missouri.
Where?
Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay.
He's in the Show State, Missouri. Show me.
What's that? I got my little Inky Falcon Plus came today.
Oh, good.
That means I got 3 of them now. I got two Theutech gimbal 2A, and the other one's better though. This I don't know. I got a Hohem Steady 4. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
But they all have, that the one I have 2 of. It's the cheapest one, and it's $68. But when they had a guy that said that he was doing a tutorial for him, that it was sent to him. This guy, because on the first one I got, it would only take a 7, I believe, 6 or 7. So the second one has a fixed platform where you can take these like shoulder screws, and you got to tighten them up by your fingers.
Okay.
Well, if you want to charge the guy in the video, you have to take off that entire front bracket, the strap that holds them on, with the screws off. The guy in the video put it in there backwards, so the camera lens part didn't have to go past that strap.
Good.
And but they're pretty good. I got 2 of them. I use it a lot more than anything else, and they're $68. So I don't know why. And they got a built-in selfie stick plus you can click on it 3 times and bring it to you, and twice to bring it back, which the whole hem can't do. So, there's a 5-hour battery. The whole hem's 14 though, and the Falcon is 9.
Tell us the make and model again.
The first ones I had is a Feutech, Feiiu, something like that.
Okay.
It's a Vimble 2A. It's a gimbal called Vimble 2A. Well, they got this video, and the guy goes, he's trying to show you how easy it is to mount this with the screws when it's deception, because you can't do it. If you do it the way he did it, you can't get at the battery door.
Right. We have a GoPro, and to be honest, I'm not all that excited about the GoPros. I think they got a purpose.
The voltage, the Volta.
A GoPro camera.
Yeah, I got 3 of them, a 2 7s and a 10.
Yeah, I'm just not that impressed by them, to be honest. The battery's so fast, and
you might be with that 11.
So, but Joe and I both use our phones a lot.
Well,
they all use phones a lot.
I watch Gemini Connect a lot. They do everything. That's what their media husband and wife team, photography, videos. They do it all. They got phones also. There's just some things that, if you want to have the quality of picture that some of the cameras have, their phone's going to be $1,000. But they have gimbals for those, and it's all personal preference what you want to do, man. But
go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, Yank. I'm getting ready to go after the Revell 6 Pro.
Who?
It's a Revell 6 Pro cell phone.
Oh, and I don't even know. I never heard of that brand. Well, how much is it?
It's only going to cost me like $200.
$200. Huh?
$200, and that's the safety glass, the Gorilla Glass, the case, and the phone.
Okay.
That's
You got. You going to use that on a gimbal or no?
I'm going to use it on most of all my videos.
Yeah. It's
are you using a gimbal or a selfie stick? Because there's a difference.
Well, no, there isn't. That's not true. The Feutech 2A gimbal has a built-in selfie stick in it.
Right.
So all the rest of them, the rest of them don't.
Right.
But the Inky, you can put on the media mod, lovely stuff. It's just that the Feutech one, it just feels good in the hand better than those other two. And
Gary's asking a question, Mr. Yank.
what's that?
He's asking you a question about, can you wear it or do you have to do it hands-free?
Wear what?
I guess your camera.
The camera. The GoPro? What are you talking about?
Well, Gary, clarify, Gary, if you would, your question there. We may be a little behind there.
Wear it.
Oh, maybe he's asking about your heart monitor.
Oh.
If it's the heart monitor, it's strapped across his chest.
Yeah.
You wear it continuously.
Yeah, for 48 hours at least. Well, the thing is that the day before you go in there, you can't put on any deodorant or nothing.
No.
But it takes him a couple. It says 2 weeks to decipher all the stuff in there. So if I'm going to have any stints or anything, I want to have before the end of the year, because I'll be up on that deductible. So.
Yeah, you definitely want to get everything in before your deductible.
Yeah, I was just there last week for the cardiogram, and from what that lady could tell, it looked good to her, but yet, I always have this heaviness feel in the chest. And a couple weeks ago, I was walking around the block, and I felt this. I know what when you have a lot of trapped gas and you can't burp,
Right.
I felt this but I read in some of the other descriptions about what could be wrong with you, and I had it right below the rib cage in the stomach there, and it hurt real bad. I wasn't gonna make it back to the house because I thought I gotta walk real fast. I can get there, but I was about to go down to my knees,
Yeah.
But then it went away. So I don't know whether it was a gas thing or there's something going on with this. My dad's mom had issues, and her dad and all that, her brother. Shit.
Don't read too much on the internet.
No, well, it's enough. It's enough to get you asking the right questions.
It is. It's kind of like, man, sometimes you read on the internet your symptoms and you go, holy crap, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are could apply to anything, but
yeah,
but
I'm an alien and I didn't know it.
but the one with the heart thing, I tend to believe because these things, all these things I look at, I pretty much feel like what it's saying.
No, what I do, and I have done all my life, is I double check what all of my test results say. So I will get these fancy reports, and especially after my coma, I spent weeks after I kind of got back to normal. I spent weeks going through my medical records, Googling terminology so that I could understand what they meant that happened to me. And I do that same with the doctors. When the doctors put a test result up, I Google the test result. What is this? What does this mean in layman's terms so that I can understand it better?
Well, I'd like to do that. I should probably start doing that. I do a little bit, but what I need to know is, I told them also I didn't want to be on those statins anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, why? I said, well, because I'm freaking ache all over, joint pain, and my stomach, it could be affecting my liver and that, because that's what it'll do that in some people. I just don't want to wait till it's my turn, So she said, well, they could do a ton. And I said, look, I plan on being out of the country better part of the year, coming up. I don't need to have my liver fucking up when I'm sitting over there, So if
you don't.
I do my liver cleansing stuff with my apple cider vinegar, but I always base the things I do on the worst case scenario, and it usually then I'm good,
Well, one thing I got to say, my wife, God bless her, is paranoid that the medicine I take is going to cause my kidneys to fail again, and they may, since they failed once. But what I've tried to explain to her and others is it took many, many, many years of being on those drugs before my kidneys went, enough is enough. And at my age and in my health, I don't believe I'm going to live long enough that I'm going to have to worry about my kidneys pooping out again, because it's just, I won't make it another 20 years. So
I look at I look long term. I know what those things can do. I know people that know what those things will do to you.
Yeah.
The idea when somebody tells me, well, we're going to monitor that. Well, in between monitoring, something comes up. Then what? Then they can tell you with certainty that you're screwed. I
have tests done every 6 months. Every 6 months is clockwork. Test everything.
Well, but still,
and adjust accordingly. And it's been working for 5 or 6 years like this now. So years been working.
You keep taking them, and then you wait till the answer. Then you're always wondering, is it going to be bad or not?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good for this time. What about next time? Because those things are freaking, create a whole nother slew of problems.
No, it does. And from my perspective, it's kind of like, the good or the bad. What are you going to do? Well, there's Mr.
Speaking of the bad,
ran over my dog. Sorry, guys. Ran over my dogs.
There he is.
How are you over there? That's a pretty fancy house for the Philippines.
Yeah. Well, that's how we roll.
That's the Caribbean house.
Gotta have a nice grand piano.
Yeah, and a big fireplace in 90 degrees heat, and humidity.
Right.
So,
But
mhm.
well, I'm actually not in the Philippines right now.
You're in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, I came here to Hawaii for a little bit.
What are you doing in Hawaii, man?
Well, I'm enjoying. I'm eating all the food and shit. It's been so many years since I had food like this. Come on.
Found a real McDonald's.
Found a real
Well,
everything.
the McDonald's in the Philippines would be okay, but unless the ketchup comes in a packet, you're not going to get that on the.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. What is up with tomato ketchup and tomato paste? It must have a super tariff on it.
I don't know.
Because the shaky
Bananas are cheap, so
the shakies there in Makati, and when I was there in Makati in 2013, it had real pizza sauce.
Hmm.
Now it's the same shit with the vinegar crap that they put on there. Some put it on there and scrape it off, so you got the flavor of some sort of taste, But
yeah.
So what's happening in Hawaii, man? Tell us. We're all jealous. I'm jealous.
Jealous? Is that what you said?
I'm
Jealous?
jealous of Hawaii.
here, man.
I just had to come out and get some stuff done. What's up, J3? See you over there.
Yeah.
So first time being back in America since I moved to the Philippines. So
It's been what, 4 or 5 years for you, right?
yeah, almost 4. So,
Yeah. Welcome back.
yeah, back
Go-
to
go.
reality.
Back to the motherland, as they say. Here
But
in-
it's still it feels a lot like the Philippines as far as
the weather.
the looks, the weather, that kind of thing. So
Freaking cold here now. It's supposed to get up to the 60s next couple of days, but
Now, are you coming back to Indiana while you're out here in the country, or are you going back to the Philippines?
I haven't determined that yet. I haven't bought the ticket to the next place. So
Okay.
I don't have winter clothes with me, so I doubt if I go back to Indy right now.
yeah,
'Cause
I'm gonna throw whatever jacket I'm wearing in the trash when I leave.
Well, you can always go by a Goodwill store and pick some up.
Yeah.
Really cheap. So,
yeah.
but Joe says hello to you, Mr. Bam. Bam, bam, bam.
JoJo can come back.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go to next. Back, my wife. We haven't made that next decision. Whether my visa was up, it was time to renew, so I had to go somewhere or pay some money. So I took a flight. Right.
Go to Guam.
Yeah.
places.
Well, I
Yeah.
came to Hawaii. I got a friend here, so
Yeah.
so
Well,
I come visit my friends.
As I'm feeling the coldness here, it's like the bowels of freaking the earth here.
there's worse places to go and hang out for a while to figure things out.
Yeah.
So there's worse places. But
Worse than what? Hawaii or here?
well, worse than Hawaii. There's worse places.
Oh.
Hawaii is a good place,
yeah.
except for the cost.
Yeah,
The cost is crazy, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's the weather is like perfect. It's not too hot, not cold at all. I mean, it's like being in the Philippines, but I'm not dying over here. So,
I've been there.
normal person right now.
Been
Yeah.
to Naga, Camarines.
Yeah, man. So you just don't know when you're going to go. You're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I got stuff I got to accomplish, and until that stuff gets done, I just don't know. But dude, shit takes time, and
Well, if you make it back to the States, let us know. We'll come hang out.
yeah, that's cool.
If you make it back to the good part of the world, the good,
So if I go back to the Midwest,
that's it.
I'm in Wisconsin. I got no use for this weather. Absolutely.
Well, that's also because you're getting old, and you know how old people.
I never have. What kept me here before was working, and I couldn't, in my mind, imagine anybody that has the money that would just stay here. And when they say, well, the kids and grandchildren are here, I said that's what vacations are for.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because how many times I see my kids now, and my son comes up, my oldest son comes over once a week. My other daughter's in Green Bay, and she got married last year. I haven't seen her in over a year. So why not be where I'm sweating instead of freezing?
Right.
Oh, I agree. And if you're happy there, and your family's there, so you definitely should be there. As
I
soon
told my son, man. He says he says, "Oh, I'll probably get married in 2024." I said, "Does she know about it yet?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, make sure it's in the summer here because after that, I'm not coming back." He said, "Really?" I said, "Huh? I can't take that 15-hour ride, man, in a plane, from California to Manila.
that is a rough ride. I don't care what
My,
anybody says.
my back is shit, anyways. And it's just, oh my god, If I
Gary,
could open
how's
the
it
door,
like cost of living, Bill? How's it?
Well, I've been gone for several years now, and I know inflation is crazy right now and stuff. So,
oh, man, you got to.
I'm coming back to triple shock, right? So, I'm going to the, before at the Taco Bell, it cost me $6. I have a good meal or whatever. It's about $10 to $12 at least.
Yeah.
Here.
God,
Sometimes at McDonald's or something. I'm not eating under $10.
they just had something go up. I think cooking oil went up 32%.
Yeah.
And now I see 12 pack cans of soft drinks are two or three for $14 now.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the cost. Taco Bell's about 10 to $12 in the mainland, also, Bill.
Taco Bell used to be the cheapest, alternative to Burger King and McDonald's.
Right.
Not anymore.
How much is soda in Hawaii, Bill? Do you know?
A case of soda costs you about $12 here.
Yeah, it's the regular Coke yesterday was $13.49 or $13.49.
So yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm seeing. So when I left, it was like you could get a 24 pack in Indiana for about between $5 and $7. So.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 for 11. But it's still on average at the 14 or the price divided by the cans in there. It's still under $1, I think.
Well, the funny thing was last week, Harps, which is a local grocery store chain, versus Walmart here.
Did you say Harps?
Harps. Uh-huh.
Oh, Harps.
Harps. And Lorelei drinks a lot of Coke. She has a Coke issue and a problem, and we need to get her treatment. But she goes through Coke a lot. And they had it for 20 cents less, a 2-liter. $2.29 versus I guess at 30 cents, 59. So I went and bought like 20 bottles of it, and just
that's what you get after 3. If you buy the liter bottles or 2-liter, I forget what the size is. If you buy more than 3, then it's two something. And those used to be like $1.05.
Yeah. So.
But that Coke, that regular Coke, you should drink Coke Zero or something if you're gonna slam that much like that other shit.
You talk to my wife about that. That ain't my problem.
I'm telling you, man, that sugar and that shit just.
She'll come up there and put her foot in your ass too.
So here they eat rice that starch, it turns into sugar, and then they drink Coca-Cola that's got sugar.
Yeah. You don't want to mess with an angry Filipino in her soda. So.
Well, come on, man, it's like a freaking bear.
Yeah. What is this barley product that comes out of Australia that is so popular now? Anyone hear about that? What? The barley product? Barley out of Australia. You mean, is it a beer? Barley's beer.
Barley, it's an ingredient to.
Yeah, for liquor, for malts. You know anything?
I didn't hear nothing. I don't even know what the hell that. Never heard of that. There's just so much freaking negativity on television. I'm watching Kojak now, man.
I don't watch local, news and stuff anymore. I gave that up. So
Yeah, I don't know.
We got this TV station here that starts at 4 a.m. with all their morning shows and all that shit. Ends at noon. They don't have any soap operas on there anymore. Then it picks up again at 4 p.m. So there's 4 hours. There's 20 hours a day.
All right.
It's Fox too. So I don't know what they're charging per commercial, but
Well, it has to be better than all the sappy Korean crap on Philippine TV. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch that crap either.
Oh my God! I would sit there and just want to poke my eyes out. You know.
Well, I don't understand what the hell they're saying in the news. Well, if you watch ANC, that's different. They broadcast in English. But.
I know, yeah, but
They
still.
want to get so loud and
Yeah, the father-in-law there blares these frickin' movies like, we were on a bus going to Naga back in 2013. The ferry and the bus and all that, and they weren't even B movies. They were worse than that, and they don't believe in bass. It was all treble. It was all, oh my God, I'd have no. I stood up in the bus and I looked over at my sister-in-law. I said, "Don't you guys believe in having a balance here, a little bass in it?" I had no earplugs. It drove me nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. It amazes me how much the Filipinos like looking like Koreans now, because K-pop is so popular of a music genre in the Philippines. It's like.
yeah, my wife likes that K-drama stuff. All the movies.
My wife missed out on that. Now you can see it on. I bought a Samsung TV, smart TV. You can watch that every day if you want to.
Yeah, but who wants to?
No, I don't. Shit. That's like a Korean version of Menudo.
Yeah. What I always thought was funny was watching American movies that were dubbed, and you know the movie and how they get the words wrong, and so the meanings were totally different from what, John McClane was talking about killing the bad guy, and it was more like John McClane was talking about marrying the guy, because they couldn't get the interpretation right, So it's always fun. What's Joe up to? Carried out with the friends. Good. Thank you. And appreciate that. I don't know what the barley product is. I like alcohol. It's not much. So
Hops, barley.
Hey, Gary, is that a alcohol product, you think? Or is it something that you put on your bread like that?
Isn't barley like wheat? Isn't barley wheat?
Yeah, but you make alcohol out of it.
Yeah, I know, but they got farms here called Pabst Farms. Even though some guy, they closed a brewery years ago, and some yuppie came into town and bought it up and opened up a microbrewery thing, and he couldn't make it work. So I think Miller makes it on the side, but it's under the old formula, which is good. That's 5%. That's over 5%. I can't believe that.
Gary, that's funny. Gary.
Gary said what?
Hello, Professor. How are you today, sir?
And brother Dave, Bam, Hank Gang,
Hey,
big brother Gary is in the house.
Barley tea.
I just woke up from my afternoon nap.
must be nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I get them every day.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, sir?
Same old, can't complain.
That's a nice dress you have on there.
Oh, I got this from a Lazada.
Did you?
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it fits you good, man.
It even fit, huh?
Maybe you could share them with one of my brother-in-laws.
There's no holes in the dress.
He's up in Manila.
Mm.
The dude wears a wig. How freaking hot it is in Manila. He wears a wig. Oh my God.
Like a lady. Dude, looks like.
Being family can't be all. Nah.
Bill knows that music. Come on, Bill. Right? Dude looks like a lady.
And he
Harold
cooks.
Smith.
Keep telling you know what I thought was odd?
Harold Smith is.
This church near my mother-in-law's place, the priest, Filipino priest, the young guy, he was the only one sweating in the whole church.
Maybe he did something wrong.
Well, you never see Filipinos sweat. At least I haven't.
No, they don't sweat, man. They're all sweated out. That's why they're so skinny. There's no water content in their bodies.
This guy was.
The fat ones sweat. Trust me, I know a few fat ones. You know,
Yay.
like me. You know, my
Yeah.
my brother would FaceTime me in the Philippines, and he's like, "Is it raining?" And I'm like, well, "What do you mean, is it raining?" He's like, "You're soaking wet."
Yeah. Tea is good, yeah. You're right, Gary. It is.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get off here. This guy with a chainsaw out here is killing me.
All right, buddy. Hey, it's good to see you, and let us know if you get back to the mainland.
Yeah, I definitely will. See you
All
guys
right.
next time.
Enjoy.
Thank you for letting me hang out. I'm glad I could bring some beauty to your panel.
You didn't do
Ooh,
that.
Bye for now. That's what it is.
later.
Ah.
All right, so Professor, what is going to be happening in your world today?
Well, just
Don't
to
ask
say,
him that.
who happened in what you say, Tony?
Don't ask him that.
I'm doing the same thing I always do. Nothing much, you know.
No,
Still waiting
yeah,
on VA appointments, and they're trying to finalize my 100% disability,
Good. Good.
prolonging my trip to the Philippines. That's what they're doing, but it's better to go with cash, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
But that extra money will be worth it.
Oh,
You know, you can never have too much money.
nope, you can't, no matter what they say.
You know, that's money's not the end of the world, but it's nice to have, right?
Come on, be with.
Tony, you get that snow yet?
Not yet. Not us.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
What you do, buy a new gimbal?
Yeah.
That for his
Nice.
This one will fit the medium out and all that shit I got.
It
I
should.
got a Mo's one that I use.
I just thought I'd buy one more.
Phones
This,
on it.
this probably be it. Because those two Fui Tech ones they have interchangeable. I can take off the apparatus that holds the camera on one and put it on the other. So when one battery dies, for good sometime.
Right. We lost another band member from ZZ Top.
No, really? Who?
I saw that.
What was his
Who?
name?
The other singer? The other guy with the beard, or Dusty?
Dusty.
Dusty's the drummer, isn't he?
I think so, but he looked like he was playing the guitar when they showed the picture. It was only
Okay, that's the other guy. The other guy just died, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
Them dudes were only in their, early 70s, huh?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the documentary done on them? Like on what is it? Hulu or not Hulu? What's the other one people subscribe to?
Prime?
No,
Hulu?
Netflix. Netflix has a thing on the bands like REO and.
Oh, I've seen those kinds of shows before.
Man, they're really good, and the one on ZZ Top's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you know what, man? It reminds me of is that I'm getting older than I'd like to be.
Well, ain't no stopping that.
No, man, but when you're a kid and you hear all this great music and now all them dudes are doing it dead, you're next up.
Yeah.
True that.
I mean, it's just, God, for me, when I turned 60, that was like, geez.
It didn't bother me at all. I mean,
Well, it wouldn't bother me so much if I didn't have to waste away in this fucking desolate wasteland here with all this freaking cold.
Oh,
I saw that guy Martin from Gemini Connect. He was doing they took down that freeway system that was by the by the shore there. And, you know, do that in regular t-shirt on, regular shirt yesterday.
Oh,
Not here, man. I'm wearing my Packers sweatshirt and hooded sweatshirt and a hat.
word.
You know, when I was over there, man, I was happy. Even though I wasn't doing much, I was happy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just fucking pedaling, putzing around with this hard shit.
Well, you'll be back in paradise soon enough.
They put on that. They had to put me just in that dye, inject that freaking dye, and get it over with. And because you know what, sometimes when you swallow something and it just barely makes it through. Sometimes I got this feeling in the middle of my chest, like I got something obstructing the flow. You know, like a little pressure, then it goes away.
That sounds a lot like a hernia right
Yeah, I
up.
got that too, man. I got everything, man. Fuck.
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
high
A hernia in my chest.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what I got? I got this little knot up down by the rib cage. I was working part-time back in the 90s and fueling airplanes, and we were loading the luggage on the Milwaukee Brewers plane, and all of a sudden my muscle tore my rib cage, and the guy with me thought I had a heart attack because I just fucking shouted out, and then it hurt like a mother, and it never did quite. It took about 2 weeks for it to go away, but I always got this little knot down there by the rib cage because it didn't fully go on the other side. And my neighbor, who worked there full time, comes up behind me, not knowing what happened to me, and he pokes me on the side of my sides, and I went down real fast. It took the air right out of me.
Well, David sounds like he's right. That's what it sounds like.
What's that?
David sounds like he's right when he said you got a hiatal hernia right in the center of your chest where it feels clogged up. That's what it could be.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Me too.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I heard that.
But
Oh
all
man,
this skills we could open up a CVS.
hey, it could be a geriatric channel, man.
You ain't lying.
Reactors channel. What are you talking about, man?
It already is, right?
It is.
Yeah.
You guys crazy. It is already.
I'm watching Kojak here, and I see this actor, and I haven't seen this dude. I seen the guy a lot. This guy, the other guy, not that guy. This guy.
No.
He's like a what they call a bed actor, you know, be on a series or make appearances.
Yeah.
Well, Gary knows all about Kojak. He had an incident way back in the 70s.
It sounds funny, man.
He was robbed at gunpoint, found some cops at a 7-Eleven and said, maybe you can catch the guy on the street.
Yeah.
Just happened not too long ago. He said to me,
Yeah,
at 11.
I saw this video on this dude that was brother was in Italy, touring Italy, you know, and then in the Rome area, they got a lot of what these guys will do. They come up from one of those refugee countries, and they'll hassle you till you know for money to buy this picture or poster or whatever. So it's not legal, you know, it's against the law to be doing this shit there too. So he sees a car and he goes over and he starts telling them. These guys are like, oh yeah, we checking in a little while, huh? We eating a lunch right now.
That reminds me of that scene in The Golden Child when Eddie was in Nepal when he was buying that necklace.
That's a good movie, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
They bombed at the box office, though.
Yeah,
No,
but
they
it's-
make big money. Golden Child make good money.
I liked it when the little guy made the Pepsi can dance. Remember that?
Oh yeah. That was cool.
That was really cool.
Tony,
Yeah.
Tony,
Yeah.
I want the knife.
Joe says hello. Joe says hello,
Hey,
Ronald.
Joe.
Yeah, get that up here.
What did you say, Ronald?
Want the knife?
I want the knife. Please.
The knife.
Yeah, Eddie was trying to get the knife. You know, the Ashante dagger.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how the ref I remember the name of the thing.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a good movie. I don't know.
Me too.
wow.
Come on.
Hey,
man. Maybe
Netflix
Richard
got a
Jenkins doesn't
series
have
on
a
David.
Nah. Yeah, nah.
If you don't have Netflix, you might want to find a way to download the series called The Watcher.
I think we watched that. We used to have Netflix, but my account kept getting hacked, so I just turned it off.
It's
Oh,
like a he bitch there, huh? Well, you probably kept telling the wrong person you're picking.
I told nobody.
right.
Well,
Nobody.
somebody.
So, but we
Putting
watched The
Mickey-
Watcher. It was okay.
Hey.
The 100 on Netflix was really good. We enjoyed it.
Using Mickey Mouse rocks as a password isn't too good.
What happened to your camera?
You mean using Netflix password? Netflix isn't a good password, you know? So, but we liked the 100. We watched it while we were in the Philippines. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good TV series.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to bring it back or not, but it was pretty good.
My boy Mike bought me one of those digital antennas for the new TV because I don't have regular TV, and he wanted to watch some of the college games on Saturday over here.
Yeah.
So he put the thing on there. Boom! I was like, "Cool, we got Sunday movies. I mean Sunday football games, but you won't get Monday night because it's on ESPN." I'm like,
Yeah.
30 rats. But I tried to watch the replay, the highlights. Russell Wilson looked good, but I don't know why they lost.
Yeah, I don't know either. You know, the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also, when I was in the Philippines, I try to watch the games live on YouTube.
You
And
can't.
until YouTube kind of caught them being broadcasted live, you got to watch things live.
Well, I don't know about that, man. 2 a.m. That what do you call it game was good too. The Bills Chiefs game was awesome.
I didn't get to see the highlights yet. That's the only way I can see the game.
Dude, that was right down, just like a basketball game. It come down to the last couple seconds,
Mm-hmm.
There's a website I go to called AT or
Asian 24/7.
No, it's not Asian 24/7. You peanut.
That's what you told me.
No, it's called ATDHE.
Sounds like an ADHD thing.
I got ADHD trying to say it.
I thought you were talking about that other website you go to a lot.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
I think for what they told me when I was a kid, that not attention deficit was caused by real sugar that they used to put in the Coca-Cola and the Pepsi.
Yeah.
I drank one of those throwback cans once, man. My hand was shaking. I can't believe I drank so much of that stuff when I was a kid.
You see the new Coke commercial? You can see right through the bottle.
Yeah, how thin the Coke looks,
Yeah.
how watery it looks.
Sure, that ain't a vanilla flavor.
No, it's just regular Coke.
Yeah.
Looks like you can see right through the bottle. I'm like, what formula are they using?
Well, they got what do you call special edition out for some kind of movie or whatever. It's in a blue box sort of.
Oh, Halloween's coming up. Anybody going to go watch the final Halloween movie?
Yeah, the final after what was I, 44 years? I was 16, 17 years old when it came out, the first one.
Jamie Lee Curtis is finally going to kill her brother.
Finally.
After 15 years. So, and then we have the new Black Adam movie coming out soon. Should be good.
That's cool. I want to see that and the new Wakanda movie. Black
I heard
Panther.
about that. I heard about that Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam with The Rock.
Oh yeah.
And I want to see the next Avatar that comes out. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, it comes out in December, I think, right?
Yeah. November, December, yeah, somewhere around there.
You know what?
It'll be released for the holiday.
I'm waiting for the bootleg copies.
Yeah, somebody like on Seinfeld when they had him recording the movie and he's all over the fucking camera.
All right. What was that? Well, with the one place I used to go, Pirate Bay, you can download them there. But now I don't even use that because Norton knocked everything out. You can't use nothing with a VPN and an antivirus nowadays. You have to turn it on.
You can turn it off, huh?
Yeah.
My son was trying to hook up this. I got a nicer blood pressure thing with that goes around the muscle, the arm.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they call it, but he kept trying to hook it up on the phone, and I said, and then I was thinking about it after he left, and I thought, hey man, probably the VPN wouldn't allow that to happen.
Right. It's crazy.
Because what I made the mistake when I got to the Philippines there, I didn't shut off the location shit on my phone. So when I go to make a transfer, they said, oh, we noticed your phone's in the Philippines. I said, so fucking what's that got to do with anything? No.
I make this offer to anybody. Look, if you guys want to transfer your monthly earnings into my account, I will make sure that you get some money every month.
The way you spend. Oh.
Just saying, I'll be happy to do it.
Yeah, sure you would, man.
So I just found out MoneyGram. You can send MoneyGram through Gcash through MoneyGram.
Yeah, that's right. We use
What?
Gcash in the Philippines all the time, or Lorelai did. I didn't, but she does.
I read something about that the other day. I think it's for Filipinos though.
It is.
Yeah, you can
to transfer money from one Filipino to the other, or one business to the other in the Philippines.
My wife would get my pension when I'm gone. If I go first, and I'd still rather my son send it to her because I don't know about their banking institution there. I mean, I see people stand in line every day, for an hour or more to do business, and if they're not ready, they got to come back and do it again. It's too freaking hot to stand outside. My wife, when I can walk right in Western Union, come out of there in 10 minutes.
The one thing I will say, and I'm going to give a little credit to the Philippines, I do think they are getting better, more modernized with banking. I think they got a ways to go. Don't get me wrong, but I do believe they're getting better.
Yeah, I like if someone's going to complain about paying $4 to get a $900 or whatever, maybe they shouldn't even be, But I like certain parts of that. I can get it anytime I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, and my wife likes going to Western Union. She's comfortable with that. But I can get faster results through them than I can at a bank over there. And if you have your fees over here, it costs you to transfer and all that shit.
But Tony, she ain't even got to leave the house. If I send money through MoneyGram to Gcash from my MoneyGram, it goes right to their phone. She ain't even got to leave the house for nothing.
That's right. That's what we use.
So you set up an account with MoneyGram?
I've been using MoneyGram since 2008.
And who they run by? Who owns them?
It ain't me.
It's part of the banking system, and what you do is you link your Gcash to your MoneyGram, and so you can literally, and that's one plus. And I'm not telling you to use Gcash. I'm just telling you that what we found out was you can easily just send it right to them, and they don't got to go anywhere to get it.
Nope.
Unless they want to go to the bank and take out money out of their bank account, but they got it right there.
Right.
I'm a loyal customer of MoneyGram for so many years.
I mean,
After
mean-
5 transactions, I get 50% off, 40% off. So when I sent $50, it
What do
only
you
cost me 99 cents.
Yeah.
what do you mean get the money right there? It's on their phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they got to pay with their phone at wherever they go.
they can go to the outlets and get it cashed off or whatever they want to do with it. They can pay with Gcash in the stores then.
Or
Yeah,
you can sit
I
there on
wanna
your
have-
phone, like, listen, what you can do with the Gcash on your phone, so you kind of got a virtual bank on your phone, a wallet. And so therefore with Gcash, if you want to order an Uber or order food, you just do it and you pay it through Gcash that's in your wallet on your phone.
Yeah, touch and go.
And it works great. Believe it or not.
It works smooth. I mean, it's downright flawless. I'm like, I wish the medical system would work like this.
Hello, David, Island Life and Adventures. Good to see you. We appreciate you being here, man. Really do.
What's up, David?
He's saying hello to all of you fine gentlemen in the chat.
Who?
And, David's Islands Adventure. He lives the life, man. He lives the life that we all dream.
Word.
Joe says hello back, and how's Guam? Because he's over in Guam's. Sullivan's is here tonight.
Like BGC.
Bringing the booze.
I went to market over there, man. It's like two different worlds, boy. And
What's
then
up,
when
guys?
I was there in Makate in Manila, and you take a 10, 15-minute ride, man, you're in a different world.
Yeah, that BGC is a mind blower.
It is, man. I mean, go from dirt, garbage, dirty, jeepney ain't much anymore, but jeepneys and all that other shit, cabs, bumper to bumper. And then you take a ride, it's like going out to the country, blacktop roads that are actually black with white lines, and all these condos. They gotta have a park where all these ambassadors and all this shit stay, and it's a park area in the middle, and on the sides are restaurants, and shops.
It's like walking out of Mumbai and stepping into South.
Yeah, man, it was a
Clean is good. See, his pub uses Gcash, Mr. Yank.
what's that?
So all the drunks can pay you. That's right. And hopefully they over tip you with Gcash because it's easy, huh?
Yeah, buddy.
So when you go up to something that requires cash, you can't get nothing because you don't have cash.
Well, you can carry cash with you.
Yeah, see, now you're juggling two things there.
Yeah, but you always carry a little cash.
What's up, brother Christian?
So
I have my son. I can only have my son on one of my accounts. So the one I'm gonna switch him from the one I have now, and then I'm gonna have him on the pension from the bus company one, because that'll be the one that she'll be getting it from,
Right,
And
right.
besides that, I can do it over there. I can transfer money over to the account that he's also on. So they can't stop me from doing that. But now when I call Western Union up, those fuckers pass me around the table and then they hang up on me.
here's the Viking. Everybody's hello to Mr. Viking of the Norway land.
There's my engineer. There you
Back
go.
in Norway, what's going on?
Hey.
All up in the hair.
Hello, who? J3.
J3's here. David's Island Adventure.
Oh, okay.
I dropped the link if anybody else would like to join us on the panel. Joe says hello.
Hey, David.
Viking is saying hello to all of us because he's a good dude.
Yeah.
My Norwegian brother.
That's right. He's our Norway brother. I want to go to Norway one of these days. Been looking at cruises to
In the
Norway.
summertime, yeah.
So
I don't want to go nowhere cold.
No, hell no. I don't know what side of. I must have been adopted because my mother's Scandinavian side eat fish and cold weather and all that shit, and the northern Italian one it's kind of cold in the winter. So I don't know about where the hell I got this thing about not standing this crap.
It's all that vinegar you drink, man. It thins the blood.
Fuck.
Very good.
It's in my hand.
Tighten it up with extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
Thins
Yeah.
the blood.
Yeah. It'll make it slicker that way.
I'm
So,
telling you.
yeah, but anybody's welcome to join us if you like. Come on up and we'll pick on you too.
You know what they want for that avocado, extra virgin avocado oil? $15.
Yeah,
Over
it's
$15.
Stuff, though. I was using it today, baby.
enjoy
Oil.
Yesterday too. You know, I fried my eggs and stuff with it. I might
Well,
take
I
a-
do that extra virgin olive oil, but I'm talking about avocado oils. That stuff's more than twice the price of extra virgin olive oil.
Joe
But
wants to get out of the cold weather too, guys. So he's going to come with all of y'all.
I feel you, Joe. I mean, Tony, if I don't get out of here permanently, there'll be 65 winners. I'm done.
Yeah, man. Last winter was beautiful for me. I was sweating.
Right? I will not be 66 years old and be here. I guarantee it.
Oh God.
I don't blame you. You got to come up with a backup plan if nothing else, but keep the faith and keep moving forward with it.
Somebody says they like their Four Seasons. I feel like slapping them.
I like the Four Seasons too, Frankie Valley and them. Yeah, but other than that, no.
Yeah, that's more like that. Yeah.
I think the Four Seasons is really great, but what you should do is be able to just go visit it when you want to, not have it forced upon you.
Right. When they make that time machine and I feel like a taste of autumn, I'll jump in the time machine.
Yeah. Well, I like the fall because you get some balmy weather in the fall, perfect, comfortable. But I hate that. For me, it's like living 9 months of the year to enjoy 3 months of it. Okay. That's not my idea of living.
What up, JB? Balut John in the house.
Here's the Big John. Big John out in California living the life, man. He's the
Years.
he's the man out in Cali.
Watching from the fringes of society.
John's like a chameleon. He keeps changing the channel name.
Yeah.
He's been Balut John for a while.
Yeah, but he's had other ones though. He's had other funny.
He rotates.
Yeah.
David's Island says, "Hello to you, Mr. John in California from the great
The crotch
territory of
doctor.
Guam."
That's Ronald, the crotch doctor.
Hey, I got my degree, 90.
That's a new perfume for women. It's called crotch.
Yeah, 90 degrees.
Yeah.
My favorite temperature is about 82 degrees.
Butt cream, yeah.
Man, if
Well,
I could
that's
get
okay.
82,
Let me see. I'll take anything below 90.
yeah.
Well,
So it was good while it was good.
you're playing that in the Philippines. I only had one night where I felt like pulling the blanket up. That was one night.
Oh, I had no nights.
Yeah, I bet you I will not have a night. If it's 74 degrees, I'm not grabbing the blanket or spread.
They had
Never got below 80 degrees in Mactan.
They had one night where it was just, that breeze felt so freaking good. And another night, at one time, you feel that ship in the Antarctic, man.
Even the rain couldn't cool it off on Mactan, let me tell you.
Wow.
It was
I got to get to some heat, boy, I tell you.
part of the problem was we had no air movement where we were, just everything was blocked.
Mhm.
So we suffered in the heat.
Oh, poor guy.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, but I gotta train Jonah into if we get aircon, that'll be one thing. But as long as we don't, I'll get those window fans and turn them around backwards and have this suck the heat out of the room, not blow the heat around.
That's right.
I'm like, and they got the door open with the fan on.
You could,
I think if you're outside the city, it's way different. The
yeah.
land is up into Providence, up by the beach, and it's way different than down in the city.
Yeah, well, Jonah's down south, in Cavite, so it's pretty cool too.
Life is good here in Angeles City. All right.
Yeah, I know it is.
but you, my friend, owning a bar, I mean, that's kind of all of our dreams, I think. Well, always been my dream.
Fuck you.
One of my dreams.
I'll be bundled up like a retard in a blanket, man.
Don't get me started. And I'm in the back of the complex, so no sun hits the place, so it's cold from the morning.
Nah.
Now this man has it going on. He's eating dragon fruit papaya, banana salad, and drinking some coffee. That's why, buddy.
I got the opposite, Dice. My pants is split. I got dragon breath.
Oh.
I ain't got no coffee.
Dragon breath. Oh.
Oh man, that's funny.
Well, you got apple cider vinegar that take care of your breath. And the doctor, I watched that motivational doctor. He goes, see, and he blows on his hand. We're on video, dude. Can't smell that.
Ain't no smell-o-vision yet.
Yeah, it cures halitosis. He said.
I bet it do. But mine's from Bombay.
Bombay Gym. I haven't touched the coffee since I came back from the Philippines. I got so spoiled by those little nesty Nescafe or whatever, little pouches, little bags, and 1 cup of hot water, and I'm good.
I wonder why Big Brother Gary not coming up.
I don't know. I invited Gary to come up. I invited David, John, Solomon, Joe. He was up earlier.
Gary's too big for the.
Yeah, Gary's a YouTube superstar now. And
Yeah.
can't slum down here with us.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, he can't hang with the peasants.
Once
Yeah,
he
can't
become,
do what you want. John's he's a
He
big
wants-
timer.
he wants to be compensated for his time on here.
Yeah, I'll compensate you, Gary.
Gary, you can get constipated anywhere. I mean, compensated.
Yeah, go drink some of that water. They said been purified down there, and then throw down some apple cider vinegar and see how fast you can make a bathroom.
Gary says he's a wreck because he's been dog sitting those Pomeranian yappers.
Oh yeah, the little lap dogs you've been freaking with down there, huh?
Well, but that's Gary. That's really good to know that you're a good dog sitter because we may need you to babysit our dogs. So
Right.
I'm going to keep that in my head.
But there might be an audio here and Gary tell that dog, get the fuck up and go out there.
The good thing, Gary, is our dogs aren't yappers. They just bark at girls.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
sound
right.
like Tony.
How can you be a wreck, man? You ain't got nothing difficult to do all day, Gary.
His sleep cycle is messed up because of the yappers.
You like the rest of us, man. We don't work no more, so
Yeah.
I
Does
just woke up.
anybody work? Is anybody employed?
I don't think so, man.
Well, I guess Sullivan's is because he has a bar, but I mean, are we all just deadbeats?
We all did.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, no, Joe's still working.
Ronald's been skull fucking the system for a long time.
I'm telling you.
John probably has a job, knowing him.
Joe still works, right?
Joe? No, Joe doesn't work. He's retired.
J355 retired?
J3, yeah, he's retired.
I thought he was, because the last time I saw him say he's got to go to work.
Well, maybe he's been doing something.
Get away from you.
Who you got? You got visitors too?
I think, is the Viking employed still? He's young. I think he's probably employed, unlike us in America.
No, he's one of the youngest retirees we know.
Yeah, Seems like a lot of us Americans retire early. I retired about 8 years ago.
Oh man.
7 years ago.
Christian retired, but he was about, what, 40? Something like that, Christian? Or earlier?
Nah, he was barely over 12, huh?
Yeah. Sounds like music.
I personally would love to go back to work. I would love it.
You have a vacation, you're taking care of them, that means they get their shit and piss wherever they want in the house, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Joe retired over 10 years. I thought Joe said he got to go to work one day. I was on one of the live streams.
Gary gonna take a step out that door under the whoop,
And be done.
and you eat yours, huh? She's
Yeah,
a
Gary,
gamer.
we know you be way past retired. At
Yeah.
67 though, you got robbed.
Your wife works, John?
Yeah, she's a gamer. Apparently, she makes like $1 million a year playing video games, and
Oh my God!
yeah, I mean that's why
Do
they
all
have
day on
this.
games.
You know,
Retired at
Gary-
67.
Jesus.
You're what, 70, what, 3, 74 now? Got a birthday coming up?
74 coming.
I retired at 49 or 8,
Oh,
Nice.
shut.
one of the two.
Ronald got you beat.
No. I retired at 55.
Oh, 55.
Well, let me say it this way: I was retired at
Yeah.
that. I didn't voluntarily retire, but I was retired. So
You
put
got
me out of the basket.
Ah, yeah. There you go. I know there's too many Joes.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes a 75 Electra 225 on Kojak.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing
Joe
is,
Jackson, Georgia, just retired. Yeah. They're nice people too.
yeah. But you know the problem with retiring early. Yeah, you get that first 2 months in you. You ain't got to
Oh.
get up and do nothing. You lay around in bed 10, 11 o'clock or get up when you feel like it. But then when it gets old, you got to find something to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that dude down there in Georgia. He's a police officer, I think, for either the city or the state.
Yeah, police officer.
He had a lot of years in there. I think, what do you have, 30?
Is that right, Joe? You remember? Joe knows him pretty well.
He had to put a guy on one time, and I told him, I said I wouldn't have been able to handle that shit because I don't have the nerve for that, man. You know, even though it affected him.
What Baluch John say?
My job is to chase his 31-year-old wife around the house. I'm 59-year-old. I caught her once. My son will be 7.
Yeah, it took 7 years.
You
Now,
left a trail of jism on her floor, huh?
I'm trying. So someone asked Gary, "Are you retired from work?" He said, "Nope. 2 types of retirement. One from work and one from life." Yeah.
Allergic to work.
I kind of feel like I'm retired from life sometimes.
Yeah.
Bill was forced to retire early. So was I. So I know what that's like. That's the problem. I think retirement is great if you're not forced to take it, because then you have maybe the physical ability to enjoy your retirement.
Yeah, but I worked with a guy who was my dad's age at the factory, and that guy, he's self-employed up till about 8 years, and he was with us for 8 years, and he passed away. He had some circulation problem with his legs, but he after 2 months, he said he had to get a fucking job. He said he couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Mm.
If I
I got my camera stuff, and someday hopefully I'll have a better house down there, so I'll be able to putz around like what's his name that had the prison all by himself, and Rudolph Hess or whatever.
Oh, damn, not Rudolph.
One of those dudes, not Hess. I forgot. Guy lived to be 90-some years old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe was saying the other Joe was a police lieutenant down in Georgia.
Yeah. I couldn't handle that myself, dealing with. When I was a kid, I asked the cop. He was a cop 19 years. This is back in the 70s and early 70s.
Kill people. Yeah.
He said he only had to fire at one time. It hit the side of a building.
There goes that old cliche.
Having to shoot somebody, man. I just, you always got to do what you got to do, but I just couldn't. I don't have the nerve. Stay home. I drove cement truck.
That's a hard job. Those are heavy vehicles.
Oh, that's shit on your back too.
Yeah.
Don't get a flat.
Ain't no suspension.
Gary's got to go eat some ramen noodles, man. I love ramen noodles.
You remember the black tires back in the day, or they were solid hard rubber?
Yeah.
to hold
That's
the,
what that cement truck is like.
yeah. Here's
All
a
my jobs were pretty much easy jobs because I don't know how it worked out that way, but that's the way it worked out.
He likes the mercury. He likes the mercury fish, and he likes the rum and noodle.
John was working up in the oil rigs. You know, I was blessed. I really didn't have to do manual labor most of my life. Maybe that's why me.
I think it's worse to get stressed mentally than physically.
Joe did 25 years in security.
Right? Yeah, the mental work will burn you out a lot faster if you ain't up with it.
It's tough. I mean, I know a lot of people think
Die here, but oh my god, down to 9%.
9%.
One good thing about this recliner I got here, I can plug in my phone on the side of it. Electric.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Take my camera here take my phone here, put it right in there.
And the Yank is rich. I don't even own a recliner.
I'm telling you.
You know what? When I first bought this, oh my god, my wife let my son jump all over it with the foot thing half out.
Oh wow, yeah, it's like a diving board for him.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Well, what job would you guys have if you had a choice, everybody? What would be your dream job? Or did you have your dream job?
Dream job, shit.
Seriously, what would you dream
Everyone
job?
sucks to work for a living. And so we could all say in hindsight, well, yeah, man, I'd love done that. I wouldn't have had no problem doing that. But when you get into that daily grind of doing that same shit every day,
But that's what I'm asking. If your vision of your dream job, what would it be? I know what mine would be.
being a self-made millionaire, man. Billionaire.
What would yours be, David?
Go ahead, Professor.
My dream job was to be a professional tennis player. That was the dream job. That's all I wanted to do was play tennis.
I could just see that, man. If the judge called one out and you thought it was in, you go, motherfucker, that fucker didn't hit the line.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be courteous, just like Arthur Ashe. I wouldn't say nothing. I just go back to the corner. You think I'm gonna pull a Kenny Rogers or a McEnroe?
He's one of those people that you just liked him without even, I don't know, something about him.
I bet you Gary's dream job would have been a professional artist. So I got a feeling on that. If he could have been a professional artist, John, I don't know what John's job would be, but
what's yours?
Mine, I would be on the water in some way, shape, or form.
A birthday clown.
A saltwater fishing guide or like a cruise ship captain type person. Something in the ocean and the water.
Except, man.
That's where I would be.
Yeah, because, as a professional tennis player, it wouldn't be work.
Right.
It'd be fun all day, every day.
Yeah. John would probably be a professional gigolo.
Yeah, right. He's chasing young girls around the house all the time.
So,
but that would be my job.
I think that's cool, man. I really do.
Because it ain't work if you love doing it.
I agree, man. I really do.
Yeah, maybe next life.
Cutting down.
Yeah, maybe the next life.
I think cutting down big trees would be pretty cool, to be honest. Destroying things right
in
up.
The past life, I had it made. I was over 100 years old and loved living.
Miss Universe judge.
Yeah, right.
Judge
I'm being punished for it now.
Yeah.
Well, at least you won't be like Trump. You won't be running the pageant, running around grabbing people by the pussy. You'll be the judge.
Yeah. My cousin showed me that Miss Universe pat one time. He said, "Ooh, Miss Chili, she's black." I said, "Man, ugh." I was 12 years old. He said, "It's all pink inside."
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It ain't like cake.
Man,
I think I've seen it that time and in a magazine time or two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever you think, the poor old boy, he's done well for himself. That's one thing I can say. You know, maybe.
What the fuck? What's this thing? Yeah. Oh man, I gotta go plug it. Oh man.
Did you
What do
plug
you
it?
gotta
I plugged this inside
I
the
know
chair.
your chair has a USB plug in it, but if your chair's not plugged in,
Oh
the
shit.
USB plug doesn't work.
Boy, he can't get nothing by him.
I gotta swing. I gotta swing my chair.
That's why I was the head of the class.
Yeah, you were the class clown, huh?
I was.
Tony, you know I got this USB massager in my gamer chair, right? I got
A
a
vibrator?
huh?
You got a vibrator.
Yeah, I got a vibrator in the back of my back for my lumbar
Mhm.
in my gamer chair.
Oh, you gamer.
Yeah, boy, you gotta have it, baby. You gotta
Yeah.
have it.
Christian there, you got a vibrator in your chair, Christian.
Probably does.
If we do, he ain't gonna tell you. That's top secret.
So now we know what you're doing if you're sitting on the back of your chair, eh?
Getting it done. Can you hear it? I just plugged it in. Oh, that feels good.
Hey, why was that such a big deal when we were kids? That quarter and that vibrating bed at the motel.
I don't know, man.
What kind of getting off shit? That never did nothing for me.
I just waste a quarter.
Waste a quarter, yeah.
It's a waste of quarter.
Hey, what movie was that where that thing went out of control? One of Chevy Chases or something?
Vacation.
Yeah.
Whatever vacation there is.
What?
I never had a quarter to waste on a bed like that. So I'm poor, man.
I'm telling you.
Well, you might have not vibrated it, you know.
Wow.
Get it.
John, you didn't kill any of the redwood trees, did you?
Oh,
You cut that with that big old, what do they call that? That's that huge freaking push me pull you saw.
oh Lord, that's old lumberjack shit.
Lumber, yeah.
2-man job.
Yeah. 2-man job.
Yeah.
That's work.
Cut him down to that really long, thin saw. Man, that was hard work.
Yeah.
You had to be in shape to be a logger.
Yep. You had to be brawny.
Yeah, I actually took a course in forestry safety about logging in America. So I actually know a little bit about the safety, the OSHA, the federal regulations.
Arborist.
Bow saw. That's what that was. Woo. Country people up here in the hill country of Arkansas. Like, woo.
Yeah, I used to think that guys were ass kicking some kind of, ass kickers. Boy, you got that kind of being on a stairmaster,
Yeah.
David, you remember that show? It's the competition lumberjack competition used to come on TV.
And a week.
I like watching that. Those boys.
World of Sports had that on, maybe.
What's up, Scotty B?
Scotty B, good to see you. Welcome. The link is in the channel if you want to drop in. Yeah, that in the strongman competition is what I watch.
Oh yeah, they be rolling those big tractor tires. Boy.
Yeah, I like those shows. I watched them from the 70s and the 80s.
And those guys going with that hacking that with that axe, chopping that tree down.
Yeah, they do.
That's sharp as a.
Yeah. Wood chip flying everywhere. They was hacking the hell out of it. Looked like, a cartoon beaver or something.
There's definitely technique to that, I think. There's technique, of course, quality of product of your saw or your axe. But man, there's really the optimal angle, maybe 45 or 33 degrees angle, something going on there where there's a technique to that makes it easier.
Binding up like with a chainsaw. If that fucker's binding up, it's time to let go and run away.
Yeah.
Those bands on that tree, well, they'll kill you when they start snapping.
Mm-hmm.
Trees don't mess around, man. That garage door springs. Oh,
Yeah, that's one thing I did as a kid. My grandfather would take us young kids out, and we'd have to go with them and cut trees down and make firewood for the winter.
Mm.
I was like Jason at my ex-father-in-law's place. He had a tree he was cutting down. I said, I'll do that. I never did that before. Let me try that. So I was holding that thing up in the air like Jason.
Jason, huh?
Jason, Friday the 13th.
You know what? I was at the back of the house I'm in now, and I had this ladder in the ground. I had previously cut down some bush stems, and they were, rooted way in the ground. So I knew the ladder started sinking. So I'm falling off, and I got the chainsaw running. I threw that fucking thing as far away from me as I could before I hit the ground.
Now,
But
Jason in Friday the 13th didn't use a chainsaw. That's Leatherface, correct? From that's Leatherface who used a chainsaw, I think. Did Jason the chainsaw?
The chainsaw was saw.
Yeah.
My boot, man. Damn.
And you see that stupid Geico
No,
commercial.
I landed right on the nubs of those bushes I had cut earlier, right on my back.
Tony, you see that Geico commercial, right? These knuckleheads talking about, let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Oh yeah. You know what? I used to think that Texas, when the original movie came out, I used to think that was some horror shit, but the remake they did, made that first one look like nothing.
Yeah, a little person. Based on a true story, by the way.
Mm.
Big cedar tree.
And the big cedars trees, when they break, splinters and barks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, daggers. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
don't ever think you're bigger and badder than any tree when you're cutting it, man.
That was part of what they showed on. What was that show about logging? American Loggers? Was that what that was? American Loggers?
Probably back in the 70s or 80s.
Swamp Loggers about 10 years ago over in the Carolinas.
Oh, they had that on. Did they have that show on A&E?
Yeah. They had American Loggers and then I think Swamp Loggers.
Swamp.
Where they would drive these tractors with these gigantic bubble tires back into the swamps and pull trees, cypress trees.
Oh yeah, things are freaking. You get the ones at the bottom, and they've been down there for like 100 years. Some of them things fell over.
Worth a lot of money. Worth a lot of money if you can get them out. But I guess there's different regulations. I know that one guy got arrested and in trouble for doing it in the state of Washington.
Yeah,
it's illegal, but Louisiana allows it.
You can't. Well, I don't know, but then you can cut all the standing up ones down because that's what's holding whatever ground is there. From it being a total lake, the swamp area.
Everything's connected.
Yeah, you take away that shit. It's like a side of a hill. You want to cut all the trees down and grass. You got nothing to hold that dirt anymore or help. That happened on one of my houses. I had a oil tank taken out, and there was just dirt there. And every time it rained, it would, it'd come in where the hole used to be. I filled the dirt up on it, put grass seed on there, watered it up, and I should never had another problem.
I was looking at a video today about grass. You ever seen a grass bubble?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
There's so much water under the lawn, it just bubbles up in this one big balloon. Like you have to go in there and jab it to release the water. This happened in Australia. I was like, I've never seen that. Dude was bouncing on it like it was a bouncy ball or something.
Yeah, what you do is you get the soil, and then the grass, it separates, and there's a water pool under it, and it makes like a little air bubble, but it's water. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen that. I was like, yeah, first time I've seen that. This is down under.
It usually happens with new sod. After the sod has kind of grown for a while and a patch of it really doesn't dig into the ground really well.
Yeah.
If there's a little bit of a sinkhole under there is when it usually happens. I love sinkholes. I think they're fascinating.
Not unless it's in your car is under it.
Well, that's true.
You want your car under there.
Thank you, Joe. So yeah, I think you know, but you know me, I'm a science guy, man. I watch all kinds of science stuff. So
Yeah, I was big into science too. History, science, and English. That was my Jimmy Jam in
my
high school.
history was mine growing up, but I turned into a science nerd being a teacher.
There you go.
You know, especially when you're in the department, science department. So, but yeah, that
Now,
was really cool how that worked.
right now I'm into sex education, so 24 education.
Well, you know, sometimes you need a refresher, and you know, maybe that's where you're at in life.
That's what I kept telling her.
You need to be re-educated, or are you going to be the student or the teacher?
I'm gonna be the guinea pig.
There you go. You're going to be both.
Yeah, because he always getting experimented on, so I'll be the guinea pig.
Yeah, that's good though, man.
I take that position.
Oh man, oh man.
I can still remember last Friday's stream with Tony, and the first thing that came to my mind was when Tony asked you, "Hey David, what's gonna be the topic?" I still remember him saying
I know.
that.
I know.
We don't need a topic. We
He,
just need
he,
to read it.
he always thinks I'm going to cause trouble, is what he thinks. He thinks I stir up too much trouble with my videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't
Mm.
mind causing a little trouble. I will stand my ground, you know, but I will admit if I'm wrong.
Right?
Sullivan's going to apply for the Veteran Rapid Retraining Assistance Program. Okay.
Because if you're not 100% unemployable, then you can sign up for it. But if you're unemployable, you can't sign up.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, depending on what your goal is, you know, whether you want to be 100% and not be eligible or to be eligible. So,
Right? Because once you become unemployable and then you turn around and say, yeah, okay, I think I can do it again. You know, that's a whole bunch of back pay.
yeah.
You have to pay back.
Yeah. And you don't want to do that.
No.
You never want to pay the government back anything.
Nothing that do you.
Yeah. John took his older son and 2 kids to the air show at Edwards in California this past Sunday. Nice. Probably had a good time. You know, Joe says John has great content.
So how was that air show, John? I've never been to one. Going to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, EAA up here.
I'm not into air shows too much either. We've been to a few over the years, and you know, they're loud.
We get the Blue Angels every year here in Washington.
Yeah, we see them a lot down in Florida where they're housed out by Destin or Pensacola. They're out in Pensacola.
Oh, yeah.
You come over to Lake Michigan here. Pretty freaking cool too.
Part. Unemployed.
I'm PhD, but not
Right.
Oh, that's the other dude that's unemployable, unsociable, on everything.
Yeah, if you unemployable, you can't. But if you're not unemployable, yeah, you can train all you want, make them pay for all you want, get it all.
Well, if you like education and you like learning things, that's a great way to go. Especially if they don't expect you to go get a job and then take your pay away for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Be a lifetime learner. That's a great way to do it.
That's Gary.
Is that how it kind of works? So you can just kind of learn all you want and not have to get a job with this new skill set that you learn?
Or they're expecting you to get some kind of employment out of it all, you know.
But then you can drag it out.
Yeah, you could drag it out. But back in the day, you know, yeah, they did it. I mean, the GI Bill was the best thing that happened to those boys because my brother was in the CAD operating school. He was a truck driving school. I'm like, dude, pick one. Then he went to electronic school. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do any of that. He wound up working with the IRS. The sheriff of Nottingham.
He's waiting on a phone call from work. Here's what you tell your work, Scotty. You tell them they need to pay you more or you're not going to be taking the phone calls anymore.
I'm telling you. Tell me the money.
Tomorrow morning, you won't have a job, but you'll have your pride.
Then he could be retired like the rest of us.
Yeah. Come and join us.
What's wrong with being retired?
Joe's going to go over to the Scotts Air Force Base and do some video recording himself.
Cool.
Security with guns walking. Oh, really? Wow.
Lots of military security with guns walking around. Yeah, I can imagine.
They have one of them B-29s here on display at the airport here. Oh man, it was like 20 years ago, but it's a B-29 or B-29. I think I bought. I had a hat, but it cost they flew it from where the hell they come from? East Coast somewhere. Cost them $8,000 in fuel.
Yeah, they're not very fuel efficient, are they?
Because we were. Can you imagine how cold this thing? I was inside one and be up in the air like that, fuck, cold.
Yeah.
It was cool being in there.
We took a vacation trip down to Alabama, and we went to the USS Alabama battleship, and I can't remember the name of the submarine that was there that we went through, but I can't imagine those guys from World War I and II in those tiny little bitty submarines.
Yellow submarine, that's what it was.
Man. So Scotty says he turned 62 in August, applied for Social Security. They approved me and said to get a check in September. Then they said October. Now they're saying January, February, March of next year. Maybe, never. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and they tell you, go there 3 months for your birthday. For me, my birthday is October 3rd, so I'd have my first check November 1st, I believe.
I'm a believer that unless you just actually love what you're doing, you should go ahead and retire at 62 so you can enjoy it.
Do I got that right? If my birthday is after the 1st of the month, I got to go to the next month or the 1st of December?
Well, our December check would be January's check.
So I get one November then.
Right.
Okay. Well,
because the cost of living increase won't kick in until January. So
is that 8.5%, 9% or something like that?
8.7.
Yeah, almost.
So you definitely don't want to take a weapon on any military facility.
No.
Thunderbird show or Blue Angel show? Which is better, guys? Does anybody?
There ain't no walking by those guys and say none of your fucking business.
I don't know. I like both.
I don't think I've seen the Thunderbirds. I've only seen the Blue Angels.
Dino Martin flew one of those and crashed into the desert.
And he lived?
Dean Martin?
Dean Martin's son, Dino.
Oh, Dino.
Yeah. The one that was married to Dorothy Hamill. The ice skating chick with the Dutch boy haircut and the
The Pope haircut.
like a Tom, whatever, yeah.
Well, not the Pope. You know who had that haircut? That Friar Tuck from Robin Hood.
Friar Tuck, yeah. I think that was a fucking mistake.
One of them, what was that? Bowl cuts.
Why you even leaving what bowl cut? Yeah, my sister was giving me some shit one time when we were at my mom's, and my aunt and uncle. My uncle Fred he's 80. This dude's like a freaking spring chicken. Guy's got a great sense of humor. And my sister's sitting there. Oh yeah, his hair hangs down, this, that. I looked at her and I said, "Spell shampoo." She said, "What?" I said, "See, you couldn't spell that shit because you don't use it."
Right.
I said, you got a bowl cut for one. Most people use mousse or hair product to keep the hair down. She uses spit.
Scotty says that he's still working as an independent contractor. So I think I don't remember the dollars or the percentage, but if you take Social Security, there's a range of extra money you can make before they start taking your Social Security money away. Maybe 20% or 25%.
No, it's 1099. No, 1099. They have to contribute that money themselves.
My cousin's electrician was making an insane amount of money. He was telling me about if you're over a certain amount, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay something into Social Security or something.
No.
Social Security says that if you retire right? And you collect Social Security, and then if you go get another job, they're going to lower your payment a ratio. I don't remember the formula, but there's a formula. They allow you to make so much extra. But if you go too high, then they start reducing your Social Security check.
Right.
Kangaroo, yeah. Captain Kangaroo.
They had a program called Ticket to Work at the Social Security. They may still have it, where you say, well, you want to go in and work, they'll let you work up to 9 months.
Yeah.
You still get your check, and any amount of money you make while you work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't go over nothing. You keep everything. After 9 months, you say, well, maybe, I want to go further. Then they will hold your check while you work.
So Scott, he can't exceed more than 19,560 net. So he can't exceed that.
Right.
So, and that's still a good chunk, 20 grand, you know.
Yeah, if you're working hard though, it feels like you're being cheated.
Gary, the best one that comes in them planes are the ones that don't go straight into the ground. That's the best one.
That's right. The ones that keep flying.
Mm-hmm. Captain Kangaroo, man, I used to watch that. Mr. Cream Jeans.
Right. Well, before Walter passed away, he was a contractor out there in Kuwait, and when he got paid, all the money come to him, and he was supposed to, those 5 years he was working there, he was supposed to take a portion of that money and send it to Social Security.
Yeah.
And he was a 1099 too, and they told him, well, he didn't put no money in Social Security, so when he got 100% disabled, they said, no, you haven't contributed 5 years straight. Being greedy. Being greedy. So,
yeah, I'm not sure about that, Sullivan, if that's how it works. I don't know. He's asking this, or if you're self-employed and you employ other U.S. citizens. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I think they're going to tax the crap out of you and beat you up.
There was some sort of tax or something. My cousin didn't have to pay because he made so much, and so much was put into the Social Security or something. I forget exactly how we worded that. That was back in the 90s.
Yeah, when I did private consulting work, one thing I did is make sure if I hired anybody, I paid them in cash under the table so that I didn't have to worry about any weirdness.
Yeah, I guess my uncle was telling me, my cousin, same age as me, he's had his own landscaping gig, and he did all these universities and shit down in Illinois. And he had the Mexican workers, and he'd offer them, instead of unemployment, he'd offer them a lump sum. And for my cousin, that was less than what unemployed would have paid, and they jump out at all time, every time.
Mm-hmm. What do they call that? Like 2 in the hand beats 1 in the bush? That was the logic is, I guess.
Yeah, back in the day, we had retired dry cleaning pressers. One old guy named Joe. Joe, he taught me everything about the dry cleaning business. He was getting Social Security then, and he was getting paid under the table, living up the dream. You know, back in the day, this was in the 80s. And Joe didn't care about Social Security. He was like, look, pay me with cash. And I'm like, okay, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's the way to do it is to have expenses that reduces your $19,000 threshold. So that puts you under there. That's the way to do it.
A couple of kids will kill that.
Yeah.
They'll be owing you.
The key is to figure out how you can work the system, no matter what system works for you, so that you can put the most money in your pocket, not the government's.
A
lot of times people can't help but tell on themselves.
Yeah, but my grandfather, he worked the system. I mean, we lived with my grandfather. He worked for General Electric, and he had everybody's Social Security down on his taxes. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, one thing I learned doing private consulting work was never to take a check more than $10,000. And so I would have them pay me so much up front and then so much on the back end. So therefore, I never got a check for more than 10 grand if the IRS didn't see it, or he didn't flag at the time. The bank didn't flag it.
That's smart. That's how you do it. Because if the rich got loopholes, the poor's do too.
Absolutely. And look, I'm one of those people that I don't hate the rich for figuring out how to screw over the government. I mean,
No, but the government finished in the dime. For real, for real.
For Rizzle.
For Rizzo, nothing in the tax law say I have to pay you for my labor.
that's it. You know, and if Donald Trump can beat the government and put billions in his pocket, well, then Mark,
I ain't mad at him.
you know,
I ain't mad at
you don't think those other guys aren't doing the same thing?
Not the super rich ones. They don't care.
That's it.
You get a Jamie Dimon from J.P. Morgan. He's like, just pay it. They don't care.
Because Scotty says our gross to about 60,000, but they got, but yeah, go by net. Yeah. And you want to go by net. But it's hard to keep
And
that.
you know what, David? You know, these people, they must think the average Joe like me and you are stupid. We
Yeah.
Well, look here, Mr. David. We're working with these highly sophisticated financial instruments. What the hell are you talking about? You're cheating people. I know how to cheat.
Yes. No, they do think we're idiots.
Yeah.
Some kind of financial instrument. Grifting? That's what you call it.
Grifton, yeah. That's it.
I mean,
It don't take a college degree to figure out, you know, this is the way I can cheat. Because if you're a hustler on the street, you know a way around things. You say, oh yeah, that's the same as what they're doing over there at the SEC, right? Yeah. It's the same shit.
well, I want to go out on the street and become a panhandler and make a couple $100 a day doing nothing.
I'm
know.
tired of you.
Yeah, they're gonna look at you. They're gonna go, he ain't starving.
Well, but come on, man.
That's what
Man. But I can get a wheelchair and hold a sign up and go and maybe make a couple $100 a day, looking all poor and sad and cold and hungry and then
dirty.
look what John did to me.
Yeah,
I see him every day.
you do.
What they say, veteran need a job. Will accept anything. First of all, if you're a veteran, you're getting some kind of stipend, some kind of compensation.
Yeah. If you're not getting a stipend, then you didn't work the system in your favor.
Yeah, but naturally, the VA will pay anyone a pension based on need.
Yes. But from what I understand, and I'm not an expert in it, but a lot of them don't want to go through that process, to be registered, to be monitored, to be whatever. And so they don't take advantage of the benefit that they could have.
And I know, I don't get it either. And they'd rather be homeless.
Uh-huh.
No.
Well, and in today's world, you can still be homeless and get your money sent to a bank account. I mean, if you don't want to be tied down somewhere, you don't have to be.
Well, yeah, they're doing it now. Most of them I know, one of them, he doesn't have a bank account. They put all his Social Security money on a debit card.
Yes. Yeah.
And he don't have a bank account. Well, he does have a bank account, but he opened one up where he got his money. But his money goes directly to the debit card. It doesn't go to the bank.
Well, and that's what I mean. So, 30 or 40 years ago, 50 years ago, it was difficult, to be kind of like a vagabond. But in today's society, as a vet or somebody on Social Security or disability, you could get away with kind of being homeless, vagabond, traveling, and collect your money and have it.
This guy by us that worked his ass off had huge pension. He had a sister with a disability, and she's in a scooter. And his brother, I didn't know, all those years I was there, I didn't know who his brother was till like the last 2 months. The thing his brother was the bum, the street guy. He said the only thing that made him mad was his beer freezing.
Damn.
Other than that, he had no complaints. No bread. No.
And beer does freeze easily, by the way.
Hmm.
You know.
Where's Larry? doing?
Gary's asking you a question.
I'm answering it now. I'm just typing it into the.
Private, okay.
Where's
No, it's in
Michael? Michael's probably he's probably at home with his wife.
Maybe he's trying to find a frozen beer.
Boy, he made me so mad that night, Tony.
Who?
Michael. 'Cause
Oh.
Look, we just trying to help you, get back on track. We
Yeah.
know you sit there all day, drink all the beers you want, but
Mhm.
then you're not doing nothing with it. I don't need to get out of the house. That's just straight up. And he talking to an alcoholic, and the alcoholic trying to talk denial to another alcoholic.
Yeah.
To the quiet.
Well, he's 50. He's mid 50. That time's coming where all that shit that bugs him a little bit's gonna really bother him.
Gonna hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's stressing the
thing is, a lot of people don't tell him not to do it for the sake of just bitching because nobody wants to see him dying earlier than gotta.
No.
Not online neither.
No, yeah, exactly.
But hopefully he took some advice. He hasn't been around yet. He's probably getting his rest because I haven't seen him anywhere yet. He did a live stream once it didn't last long, and it was gone. That was like 4 or 5 days ago.
He might try anything. You never know.
Now,
You talk about impromptu ones.
Yeah, like Jack. All of a sudden, I'm like, what? Impromptu? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What am I always waking up for a live stream?
Jack sent me a message. A couple of days ago, Jack was having one. He sent me a message. I said, well, Saturday. I was watching I got regular programs I watch Saturday morning. He said, that's okay. I'll just do this because I'm bored.
Mm-hmm. And that's normal, I think. I think a lot of people just do pop-up ones when they're bored. Nothing better to do. They go fishing to see who's alive and kicking out there. And I think that's okay,
Yeah, anybody. I mean, they do what you want to do, man.
Yeah, but with Michael and Jack, they don't have regular hours. Like they don't keep Filipino hours.
After I spent what I saw him last week, I think it was on Friday, man. I did all day long till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then, and then somebody else I was like, man, I spent my whole day here.
Right, me too. That's why where you been? But when you give a impromptu at 8 o'clock at night in the Philippines, your time, I'm out.
Yep. Well, and thinking of that, we got about 10 more minutes, and we're going to shut this puppy down. As you know me, I only try to do about 2 hours, and that's that's a lot for me.
I thought your wife was going to be on this one.
She was working late. She came in and went somewhere and did something. She probably heard you on here and went, "Oh, I don't want to talk to him."
Yeah, hell.
Yeah.
I'm watching this rerun, this old Frasier show. I like that funny show, and he's interviewing all these hot chicks for a secretary.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, he's got a problem with his eyes, so she thinks he's winking at her.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, I know who. I've seen that woman in the other. Golly, she's been in comedy movies before. So now she's laying down on the couch for him.
Well, I think that just might be a tad bit unprofessional of them.
Is alcohol a drug?
Yes.
Alcoholic. Is alcohol a drug? Yeah.
My opinion, absolutely 100%. So is me. So is sugar. So whether it's natural or unnatural, doesn't matter. My opinion is if it has if it can have an adverse effect on the body, and if it has any addictiveness to it, then yes.
I got all mark, man. My mom's brother-in-law, that dude comes from a drinker's family, and so did my mother's family. So my cousin, she's never gonna get married for some reason. But she's the only one I ever knew that she could run a marathon and place high and then go out and get fucked up tonight.
Coca-Cola is the drug. I told you guys earlier about my coke habit wife.
Well, Coca-Cola, what they used to have cocaine in it.
It
Early
did.
1900s, they outlawed it.
When they first made it. Yeah.
You replace it with the other white
Matt-
stuff.
As a matter of fact, Pepsi could have bought out Coca-Cola and there never would have been no Coca-Cola, but they didn't want to
They didn't do it.
because the owner was an addict.
Yep.
The
Pepsi
founder.
Breaks. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Coke is a drug. I think John Baker is here to visit us for a minute here. There he is, in all of his glory.
What up, JB? You in the truck rolling?
Yeah.
The sun's still up there in California.
He's driving that fancy California rig.
Yeah, I'm waiting to pick my son up.
Which one?
From school?
Yeah.
The little one or the big one?
Little
The little one.
7-year-old. Yeah.
What time is it out there? 5:30?
Yeah, he gets out at 5:30. It's 5:20.
5:27.
Wow, that late, man? How old is he?
Well, he don't go to school till 1:30.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, so you got your choice either mornings or afternoons?
It's just a private tutor. Homeschool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, when's daylight savings time? Have we already passed that?
No, I think we're going to give it up, man. I'd rather have the sun at the end of the day than the beginning.
I know, but don't we?
We still going to observe it in Washington State, but we still working on getting rid of it.
Yeah. They keep a couple of years there ago. They pushed it back, said it was going to save on heat or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I know Arizona doesn't have. I can't remember if they. I don't know if Arkansas.
Well, they don't. They used to have it in the Philippines. They don't have it there no more.
Oh, that's smart. There's another
Really?
visitor.
Well, around there, no matter what time of the year. I mean, start getting dark around 5:6 p.m. So,
What's up, YD?
but what's nice is waking up and it's warm already.
YD in the house. Yard dog.
Yeah, you can get addicted to sugar Coca-Cola, Gary, but that was cocaine back in the day. That's what got the name of the soft drink from.
So what did they replace it with?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, there's a top. They have a top secret formula, and it's a greater percentage of it is sugar, but they cannot let anybody know because we don't know what it is. But it's something that makes you addicted to it. I don't know what it is. They won't tell anybody. But I'm telling you a really funny story that was not so funny at the time. One day, I had a Filipino girl that I met in 1988. I was doing the military thing, and I met this girl, and I let her live in my little room that I had off base. And, friendly, of course, Filipino girl. It started out with cleaning the house, and then before you know it, she's cleaning with no clothes on. And then I liked her, liking leads into loving leads into fucking, and then you're going to get fucked. So I was trying to be careful with her. I didn't want to get in trouble. And it was my secret little thing. I also had my own girlfriends outside the house, outside that little room that I had, little studio I had. But this is what happened. One day we were hanging out, eating food, some takeout food. I'm drinking my beer, and she used to drink liters. Well, back then, with quarts of Coca-Cola. And then all of a sudden she came out the bathroom and would, please help me, just like a drug addict. I was like, Diane, what's wrong with you? And she goes, my, please, I cannot breathe, and my heart is pumping. And I was feeling her heart, dude. It was jumping out like Roger Rabbit. I was like, holy shit, this bitch is having a heart attack. I was like, what did you take? She said, it's the Coke. It's the Coke, Daddy. Listen, Try to help me. She goes, just get me some water. And I was trying to get her some water, and I was stressing. I was thinking to myself, this girl is gonna die in my fucking studio apartment, and I'm an army guy, and you know it looks like it looks. I didn't do anything to her. Yes, you did. I mean, what it looks like I killed her or something happened, or a long investigation before I finally become cleared. Anyway, of course, Diane didn't die, and we got through it. And then she said, "Please promise me, never let me drink Coke again." I laughed my ass. I was like, "Diane, you're not even here half the damn time. I mean, you have got to stop drinking this shit on your own."
Well, Coca-Cola, you know, the combination of sugar and caffeine is some of the worst combination for our health that you can imagine. So you combine caffeine and sugar,
and their secret stuff or whatever they're not telling everybody. They keep bragging about it. There's some kind of secret thing. I'm sure the people at work don't even know what it is, but there's a secret thing that also, you know,
it's probably rat hairs.
Now the government has to know what it is.
No, they do not.
Ooh,
that's not how that works.
Man,
is not how it works.
They don't have to know your
Now, when
ingredients.
you throwing money at the government, no.
I mean, listen. Mountain Dew gets its color. Mountain Dew gets its color from a flame retardant chemical that is banned everywhere in the world except here.
Did you see that thing on YouTube where somebody mixed all these different things and mixed it with the Mountain Dew and the shit exploded?
Whoppy Tooey. Oh,
that makes sense. I can see that.
What the hell? I was like, what if they did that?
You know, proprietary recipes and formulas, the government does not have any right to them.
Wow.
Period.
I didn't know.
Been there, done that. Did some consulting work for companies years ago that made that clear.
Wow. Only if they kill somebody. Because if they go to trial, they gotta say something.
No.
What?
Not even in federal court. They got to divulge.
Oh my goodness.
Don't
let me get started. Don't let me get started because all these older rappers, the ones who actually did without getting in trouble, rappers, they all got their own vodka and their own energy drink.
Yeah.
You know, my goodness, what the hell is inside there?
Snoop got a new one out.
Did you see that Mountain Dew now has a alcohol version?
It used to have. They used to have that soda called Jolt.
Ain't no
What
telling
did they have in
in
it? What did Jolt have in it?
Tons of fucking mega tons of sugar, man.
Caffeine. It had a very high concentration of caffeine.
Yeah.
Did Red Bull didn't Red Bull get a long time ago? Something happened. Didn't somebody die off some Red Bull?
Yeah. What has happened, and I know this for my work with the crap I did, like consulting, was there was several people who died drinking energy drinks on the job. The job was either in a heat environment or they would have energy. And so therefore that's where it came that warehouses and companies banned energy drinks even being brought onto their property. Because Russia came along and said, look, you're causing a hazardous work environment by passing these things out to your workers who are physically exhibiting work and exercise.
Wow.
Involved in some of that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was stressed out that night when Diane came out the bathroom. I was like, I was scared. I was thinking, man, what do I have to do to get her to feel better, you know?
You just let them calm down, wean off the
that's what we ended up doing. I mean, with the cold towel, the cold water, ice water, and I'm just and it was just like she was on cocaine. I was hugging and rocking her like a little baby, and I said, "Come on, Jen, come on, Diane, let's get it." We had to get into the shower.
Yeah.
I tried to get my wife to buy me some Coke in the Philippines, and I was having fits, man, when she wouldn't do it.
We drank a lot of Coke in the Philippines. The funny thing was, the Pepsi doesn't taste the same in the Philippines.
It doesn't. It tastes kind of like saccharin or kind of like a fake sugar.
Yeah,
really weak and strange.
Yeah, it's
Very
kind of
strange.
weird. Because I'm a Pepsi guy, not a Coke guy. My wife's a Coke girl. I'm a Pepsi guy. So, but it wasn't.
Here I am. I'm not even really a Pepsi guy. If I'm going to drink a Coke, eat a hamburger at a place, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give me a Coke, please. I'm not really a Pepsi drinker, and I noticed it, bro. I noticed it. I was like, hey, there's something wrong with this Pepsi. She goes, no, that's the way it tastes here.
One thing we always think is funny is my wife and I talk about this is when we're in the Philippines and you order a Coke, you get a little bitty cup like this. And in America, I go to get a sandwich and I get a cup the size of my head.
Yeah, there you go.
A cup.
Hey, how do you like the tissues in the Philippines when you go to a restaurant?
Hey,
What the hell is that?
You get that Coca-Cola put in a bag, man. You get a straw to poke it, just like a little.
Yeah, you can have that too, but it's a little bitty quantity. Is what's you pay 100 pesos for a shot. So.
Okay.
Well, guys, look, I appreciate everybody being here. It's getting late for me. Got to go do some things. And we will be back on the air next Tuesday at 5:30 with another video and another live stream. Let's all say hi to Ken.
Okay, come on over.
Say hi to Ken. If anybody else is doing a live stream, you're welcome to invite everybody over.
So, I'm putting the damn link in there right now in the private.
All right, go ahead and do that. Ken, that's the thing. The little napkins was like, we bought a pack of napkins and I would pull them out.
Hilarious.
And it's like this little bitty.
Hilarious, man. I couldn't believe it, how small they were. I was like, you got to be shitting me.
You can take them and flow off in the wind there. But yeah. So say hi to Ken, everybody. John.
Hey,
so brother Ken.
Ken's up there by you Northerners and not down here by the Southerners. So
where is he at? Wisconsin?
I think he's up there.
Felix Unger?
Unger, yeah. That's Wisconsin or South Dakota.
I don't see him.
I'll want to drop your live stream link over here so everybody can see it.
Yeah. I dropped it up. No.
All right, we got it. All right, guys, that's it for me. See you next Tuesday night, 5:30.
See ya.
Take care, and thanks for coming.
All right.